Cyberpunk 2077 is an action role-playing game in the first perspective that takes place in the fictional futuristic city of Night City in California. Probably the biggest game release of the year, especially since it's on all the platforms apart from the Switch. It has received a lot of buzz, though, for not just the delays initially, now bugs, as well as frame rate drops. Was interested in this game, but especially in how it runs on the older consoles. I played it on probably the weakest platform it released on, the OG Xbox One through Gamefly rental, and ran into some issues with it that are going to be a problem if you're getting it on the older hardware. The question is it worth playing apart from the frame rate drops, glitches, and the bugs?
Ain't buying it. Nomads always stick to their packs.
So in the beginning, you choose your path. You're a nomad, a street kid, or a corporate guy. Early on, fine. I didn't have the issues with the frame rates or not much of the glitches and the bugs. First thing you notice is just graphically some of the textures don't render at all, or you have to wait a bit for it to show up, and what you get doesn't look that great at all either. And I did the Nomad, so I was driving through the desert. There weren't any other cars or too many people around, so didn't notice anything. A little bit sluggish. I tried adjusting the sensitivity. That didn't seem to make much of a difference. So this is the first thing you'll notice, is there is a tiny bit of a delay, especially when you get into the car, your ability to steer it, kind of turn around. But this is where I had the first glitch, and I was just stuck into the rail for a while, and then after a while I was able to get out of it. So not a big deal. And then the other glitch I had was much later into the game when I had my apartment, my place. Fired a couple shots when people were scared, and they stayed that way even when it went back to normal. And then you had some other people sitting around there. So actually in the glitches department, not too bad. That wouldn't be a reason not to play it. There hasn't been much. So patches, I think have actually worked. Other aspects of the game too, in terms of your menu, customizing everything, picking stuff up. When you're not in combat, then it's okay. There isn't the huge frame rate drops. But when you do start to go into the city, though, even doing these tasks, you'll notice it is a little bit slower already. But once the bullets start flying, then more and more. Here I have the training exercise. Not terrible, but there is a delay here from when you aim, when you're firing. And not that there's skipping, but just the lack of consistency. And this gets even worse. I lost some of the footage, but when you're in a car and you're shooting, it's just impossible to actually aim and fire. So you kind of lead the target ahead to shoot and then go back, that kind of thing. That is the main reason why, though, it's not worth it. And more importantly, how they can't fix it in the future, because these aren't technical issues. It's just it's not properly optimized for the hardware, so you're wasting your time bothering with it. The menus and all that, it's the same as with the other game, but I played GoldenEye and the N64, and that seemed better than what this was. So don't bother. But if you do want to rent it, please check out the link below for Gamefly. Like, subscribe, sleep halfway on your bed the short way, and I will see you next time.